Hi, in this video we will show you how you can use QFTest 9 to test the accessibility of your website or web application. It's quick and almost completely automatic. Also, we will demonstrate some of the other abilities QFTest has gained with version 9. QFTest is the tool for professional UI test automation. In terms of accessibility, a lot has changed with QFTest 9. Firstly, we have significantly improved the usability and accessibility of QFTest itself. Using QFTest with a screen reader or just a keyboard works much better now than before. Secondly, QFTest can now assist you with making your own applications more accessible. Version 9 introduces a whole new suite of accessibility checks. With them, you can fully automatically test your web applications for conformity to WCAG, the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines, an important step towards compliance with the European Accessibility Act and other laws. As always with QFTest, it could not be easier to get started with the new accessibility testing tools. Every good test in QFTest starts with the Quick Start wizard. In here, you will find a new entry for our accessibility tests. Basically, we only need to enter a URL and off we go. Using QFTest 9, you can test the accessibility of any website or web application. In the next step, you can optionally define exactly which checks QFTest should perform. QFTest version 9 can run every check included in the well-known and trusted open source library Xcore. In addition, we offer color contrast checks of graphics. Our goal is to introduce support for more aspects of accessibility testing in future versions of QFTest. But for now, we don't need to do anything else. With one click, QFTest now launches a browser and thoroughly puts our app through its paces. The best part of this feature, however, is the reporting built into QFTest. For every test run, QFTest generates a comprehensive technical run log. In addition, there's a clear and interactive HTML report. It visualizes which element of your application failed which checks using lots of screenshots. It also offers tips on how to fix many of these issues. On the occasion of this update, we also upgraded the HTML report. Next to some visual upgrades, it now offers a dark mode, same as QFTest itself. QFTest 9 also includes a new example test suite, which you can use as inspiration for your own tests. It's the only sample suite in QFTest which will generate errors when run, but don't worry. In this case, this is on purpose, so you can get a realistic impression of what a typical QFTest accessibility report looks like. As with all features, you can find detailed information about everything new in QFTest in the included manual. And in this version, we have completely overhauled the HTML manual. It now includes an intuitive navigation sidebar, so you always know where you are. We also added a lightning-fast search engine to the manual. Using it, you can effortlessly find whatever you are looking for, even without an internet connection. The new manual is much more readable and more informative, and most importantly, it also includes a cool dark mode. One chapter of the manual that has gotten especially interesting in QFTest 9 is the one on variables. With this update, we have extended our variable system by object variables. Now you can no longer just store strings in QFTest variables, but lists, UI components, images, and any other data structure you want. This addition makes QFTest more powerful than ever. In many places in QFTest, you can now choose a desired object type when defining a variable. And many procedures across the QFS.qft standard library will now optionally return objects. We also develop powerful new scripting APIs, such as QFvars. With QFvars, it becomes incredibly intuitive to read and write QFTest variables. And of course, all of these additions are backwards compatible. Your existing tests will perform exactly as before, and you only have to dive into this topic once you are ready for it. But we are confident that especially our power users will quickly learn to use the new object variables in QFTest 9 to great effect. Our UI inspector is still the best tool to keep tabs on how QFTest sees your application in real time. With QFTest 9, we have enhanced the UI inspector with a search and filter function. Using it, you can get a better overview about which component classes show up where in your application. Especially with more complicated component hierarchies, this feature can be invaluable. Another very neat little addition to QFTest 9 is the ability to set options only for the scope of a specific node. Often, you only need an option for a brief moment to override an otherwise useful default behavior of QFTest. But thanks to the new option doctag, you can now summarize the annoying set option, then perform an action, then reset option steps into one singular action. You can not only set the doctag on individual nodes, you can also set it on an entire test step or any other sequence. The option will then apply for all nodes that are part of that sequence. And that's not even everything that's new in QFTest 9. There are a ton of smaller improvements and features. Visit our website and take a look at the full release notes to learn about all the details. Not convinced yet? Try QFTest 9 for yourself today. You can download QFTest for free at www.qftest.com and start testing right away.